one of the reasons why you get this kind of stiff hip is because we usually sit in these 90 degrees, so the body gets adapted to that. Okay, we're here again. Beautiful summer day in Berlin. Richard here, Orestes behind the camera. We're gonna talk about hip flexion, and especially something that usually causes Buttwink. And that something we usually see is when people do a squat and they start to get close to 90 degrees and they come below 90 degrees, their lower back starts to round, and we got this like butt that's tucking in like a dog's ass, you know, when it's trying to hold this thing. But anyway, usually that is because of the hip is running into the space in this hip socket, so it starts to pull the pelvic also to rotate. And we want that. We don't want that because that's one of the big issues why people get, you know, a sore back from doing back squats or squats anyway. So if you feel like you have getting a sore back and so on, this is usually an indication that there's something very stiff in your hip, not allowing you really to keep that neutral spine when you go down below 90 degrees in a squat. So we're going to go down to the floor and we're going to look at what our options are. Now, if you don't have any tools at home, you can always still work on trying to get the hip back in its socket. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on your knees, and then you're going to put all the weight on one knee, and then you're going to get that knee in the midline of your body, and then you're going to try to create as much power as possible or weight, so it starts to you start to feel it in the back of your ass or in your glute that the hip is trying to get out of the socket more or less. And then in this position you simply go a bit back and forth, and that's one way to just mobilize that. Now, if you have the luxury to have something like a resistant band and like here a rig, can obviously be many ways to do this, but then you simply take the band in the hip crease and you do go out pretty far, same thing, put all the pressure on the knee, and now work on that flexion. Think about having the back also flat all the time, and if you have any stiffness, as I'm feeling that it's something is getting really stiff here, and the band is really helping me to get a bit lower in that flexion. Okay. Now, second movement is just a small variation. It's the same thing, same position. You're gonna work one leg at a time. You're gonna put all the weight on that leg, but now you're gonna push out the leg, and we're gonna work on the internal rotation. You can use the other leg to get some extra space there, and then you move a bit back and forth there. And you can play the game with yourself, where you push, and then you push against your own foot, and then you try to gain some more space. And we can use the contract and relax here again. So when I go to end range, I push out, and then I try to get back with my leg, but I'm blocking it with this one. And then I relax, and then I push even further with the leg, okay? Same thing here, you can use the band to get into and create some extra distraction, and simply hold out the leg, push with the other one, and then start over, push, start over, push. Okay, and then after you've been doing these movements, you can do 2 minutes on each side of these 4 movements, for example. You can do with the band, without the band, and then you simply do a test, retest, see how the squat feels. If you don't know how it feels, have a mirror to look into and see if anything's changed. And since one of the reasons why you get this kind of stiff hip is because we usually sit in these 90 degrees, so the body gets adapted to that, and you've been sitting up probably many hours at work or school, so it takes some time to restore that mobility. Try to see it as a maybe monthly project. You don't need to do more than 10 minutes a day, but try to do it every 3-4 days, and you'll start to see progress. Thanks.